Hello everybody and welcome back to Tea and Lit. In today's video we are going to be continuing with the Dark Academia playlist videos, talking about some of the things to help get you into the Dark Academia aesthetic and the Dark Academia vibe. So today's video we are going to be discussing authors. In our last video we talked about several books that you can check out, but the following is a list of authors that are going to be great to get you into the mood. Again, just like last time, they're not organized at all. They are, period authors from interesting times in history and interesting places in history, and they're people who wrote things that are very Dark Academia inspired. Most of them, I would say, are classics. I don't think I have any modern, I do not have any modern authors on here. I think the most modern one is maybe V.E. Schwab is modern. She's the only one I think. But yeah, everybody else is going to, are classic authors, but also all of these authors have written books that will really stimulate the mind and force you really to ask questions about the nature of humanity. So, let me put my cup down and let's get into it. First is Fyodor Dostoevsky, who was a Russian author. I cannot say his name to save my life. Russian is not a language that comes naturally to me. But he wrote books like Crime and Punishment, Notes from Underground, and the brothers Karamazov. I don't know. My mouth doesn't do Russian. It is a language I would love to learn. On the list of languages I'd like to learn, it's in my top 5. In case anybody wants to know, on a side note, I am currently learning Spanish. After that, I will be hitting up Italian. After that, French, because I just think it's the most sensible one to follow up with. And then after that, I'd love to learn Gaelic, but I don't know which type of Gaelic. There's like 6 different types of Gaelic. I'm thinking either Irish or Scottish Gaelic. Those are the 2 that I like the most. Maybe Manx, I think, is the one spoken on the Isle of Man. Most likely Irish or Scottish, but I don't remember. I don't know which one yet. I haven't decided. The 2 are kind of close together. And then I'd love to learn Russian. Those are like the 5 languages that I would really love. I would love to know. Anyway, in case you're wondering, what languages do you want to know? Maybe read, the works of Dostoevsky in their original language. Wouldn't that be so cool? I think that would be so cool. Next is Leo Tolstoy. He wrote War and Peace and Anna Karenina, neither of which are on my bookshelf. I'm very intimidated by Anna Karenina, as I mentioned in the last video. Next are a bunch of authors from antiquity. So there's Plato. He wrote Republic, Apology, and the Symposium. I think he was Greek. Aristotle is next. He wrote the Ethics, Politics, and Rhetoric and Poetics. Keith really likes Aristotle, I think. Next is Homer, thinking the Iliad and the Odyssey, which are on my bookshelf now. So here's the thing. When I did my shelf tour, my classics list, I ended up taking 2 books for my brother. One was Othello, which I did manage to squeeze in there before, but I also got the Iliad from him. So I'm very excited that that is now on my bookshelf. We will be reading those eventually because I know my brother loves them, and so they will get monthly, one of the months coming up. We were thinking that we would start 2021 with works of antiquity and mythology and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. We will definitely be getting to the Odyssey and the Iliad at some point in the future. Next is Virgil, so think Aeneid and Ecologos. I don't even know how to say that. They're in the poetry section at the bookstore, so you can check those out. Next is Dante. He wrote the Divine Comedy. As I've mentioned in the past, I think I'm going to make that my Lenten 2021 read. We'll see how that goes. But the Divine Comedy is 3 books in one. It's the Purgatorio, the Inferno, and the Paradiso. As you can see, apparently my Latin's not very good either. Next is Edgar Allan Poe. So if you need some dark poetry in your life, Edgar Allan Poe, think The Raven. The Fall of the House of Usher. My friend recently got a book of poetry by Edgar Allan Poe, and I was like, are you okay? Do we need to go out for coffee or something? I know that's a rough year for everybody, but are you okay? Edgar Allan Poe is definitely dark. Next is Jane Austen. I think pretty much why I put this on this list is because she is a great classic author, but I don't really care for romance, but, you know, if that's your thing, if you are a romantic academic, if you affiliate with a romantic academic aesthetic, then, you know, Jane Austen may be your thing. Next, of course, the number one, William Shakespeare. We're talking Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello. How many can I see right now? Julius Caesar. Oh my gosh, they're all tucked in. My bookshelves are now double stacked. You know what I mean? Like, I've got the back and then I've got another set. Which means you need to do an unhaul. Or more likely, buy another bookshelf. Anyway, William Shakespeare, the best. Absolutely love William Shakespeare. Next up is Oscar Wilde. Think A Picture of Dorian Gray, The Happy Prince. A Picture of Dorian Gray is our October 2020 read, so that is probably out by now, so please check that out somewhere. We did a review and a discussion of A Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Next is F. Scott Fitzgerald, who is my favorite of the, like, modern-ish authors, I think. I don't know if I'm going to say that. He's up there, but I don't know if he's my favorite. I don't know if he's, like, number one, but he's up there. And he did things like The Great Gatsby and The Beautiful and the Damned. Next is V.E. Schwab. She's a modern... Is V.E. a girl? Or am I projecting? V.E. Schwab, Think A Darker Shade of Magic, Vicious, and The Savage Song. I have to get Vicious. I've got several, like, of these dark academia, more modern dark academia books on hold at my library, and I don't think Vicious is on there, but it really needs to be. Waiting for the library. Isn't that all we do right now? Just waiting for the library. Next up is Friedrich Nietzsche, because everybody needs a little Nietzsche. Spark some thought. Think The Birth of Tragedy. What else have I written on here? Beyond Good and Evil, on the genealogy of morality. There's plenty to read of Friedrich Nietzsche, and he's definitely, like, a very thought-provoking author about, like, human interaction and sociology. And then the last one is Franz Kafka, for the Metamorphosis and the Castle and the Judgment. So these are some authors that you can start checking out if you want to learn more about the dark academia aesthetic and kind of getting into the vibe. I did cover several different types of the academia aesthetics. So this list included, like, the classic academia when we talked about some of those antiquity authors, and it also includes, like, romantic aesthetic, some darkest academia in there. So you guys can check out some of the different types of dark academia aesthetics from those different authors. It's a mix of fiction and mythology, which I don't consider fiction, and lots of things in there. So go ahead and check out those authors, and in the comments below, let me know which one is your favorite. I would say Shakespeare's too easy, right? Would it be too easy to say Shakespeare's my favorite? It may be too easy, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Shakespeare is my favorite. And in case you're wondering, we do have a Shakespeare playlist. We've so far done Julius Caesar and Othello, so you can check that out. We will be doing more, of course. I think November I'm gonna try a comedy because I need a break. And then maybe December we'll also do a comedy, and we'll see. And then maybe, you know, we'll start and go heavy in January with, like, Macbeth or something. Anyway, there is a Shakespeare playlist for you to check out. A Picture of Dorian Gray probably by now has a review and discussion, and some of the other ones do also. And the ones that don't already definitely will in the future. So please click subscribe if you are interested in learning more about dark academia, and if you're interested in hearing more about books, and particularly dark academic books, or books that inspire dark academia. So thank you guys very much for watching. In the comments, I want to know what your favorite book is from the dark academia authors, or your favorite dark academia author. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!
I wanted to apologize for some of the pronunciations throughout this video of the various names. I've talked to her about a few of them. hopefully we'll be able to pronounce these moving forward. Fyodor? Come on.